Hello and welcome to Cappin at the Spa. I'm Saratoga Geeze and we're recording live from Quivic Drive in sunny Saratoga. I'm joined again by Exacta Box Bobby on my left and making his first appearance, Daily Double Dan. Bobby and I gave a little thoughts on opening day and what we love about the spa, so why don't you chime in, Danny?
Well, yeah, yesterday was a good day for me. We had a profitable day, but really my favorite part of Saratoga is there's nothing better than winning that last race, sitting back, cracking open a cold one, and listening to New York State of Mind to close out the day as everyone else walks out. So, got to experience that yesterday, hitting a nice trifecta in the last race, and I'm looking to do that again today.
All right, beautiful. Recall everyone, we are looking at 6 to 1 or higher odds that we feel have a good chance to win, and we combine them in some other exotics. Today we actually have every one of our horses is at least 8 to 1. So let's get started. We're going to go to race 1 with Bobby.
Thanks, Geese. So my selection in race 1 is the 2 Knights Key, 8 to 1 on the morning line. The race is a $40,000 open claimer going 6.5 furlongs on the dirt. A couple things I like about this horse. He really seems to have turned the corner in his last 3 races relative to the rest of his career, jumping right up into that high 80 buyers range. Last race finished 4th, not an awesome effort, but 26 to 1 in that race at a 62,000 optional claiming level. I think dropping down to the 40,000 claimers is really the right level for him. Freshened up off a 2-month layoff. He's had a couple pretty strong works prepping for this return, so I think he's going to be ready to go. He's going to have to beat this entry, which looks pretty tough. One thing I like, though, is that the entry, both pieces of it, JS Bach and Forge, very inconsistent. They run these huge numbers, massive races, but then they'll come right back and run significantly slower than Knights Key has been significantly, sort of consistently hitting over his last few races. So I'm looking for Knights Key to get a nice pace setup up front and then sort of swing wide around the turn and run down the leader. So my pick in the first race, Knights Key.
All right, excellent. Nice 8 to 1 shot to kick us off. I'm going to go next. We're going to look at race 5. There's an open claiming 32. I'm looking at number 1 horse here, Simona, 12 to 1 in the morning line, trained by Jeffrey Engelhardt. It's really a wide open race. They're very nondescript type claimers with, some horses with a little bit of speed, but nothing great. A couple of long to short type horses, a few horses dropping in class, but everybody's running in the high 50s, low 60s buyer range. The reason I like Simona is the horse has run a couple races that could win this race in the past at 6 furlongs. If you take out the turf races and the wet track, the horse is 3 for 4 in the money at this distance. So the horse does run well at this type of claiming price. And Jeffrey Engelhardt's one of the top trainers over at Finger Lakes. So when he brings a horse here, he does usually mean business. If you look, he was claimed May 25th. They brought him up to Finger Lakes. 3 excellent works at Finger Lakes. 4th out of 18, 4th out of 22. Ships him back down here at the exact same claiming price that he took him at in May. So he's trying to score. I'm looking to take him to sit just off the pace and catch him turning for home, and we're going to take a shot at him at 12 to 1. We're going to move now to race 8, and Danny has a selection for us.
All right, moving over to race 8, allowance 87,000, 5.5 furlongs on the turf. I'm looking at the number 1, La Naturelle. So a couple things about this horse. He is 6 for 6 in his lifetime, finishing in the money. I know that a month and a half ago he got claimed out of the Wesley Ward stable, which normally isn't a good thing moving on for that horse. However, Richard Vetivier here has done a nice job over these next couple races. I'm looking to him to continue that. Hope this one can get to the lead and definitely be on the front there. One thing I'll mention is I also like First Appeal, the 2, a lot. If you watch that last race, which has Tis Fire, he was in the race as well, First Appeal and Romantic Babe all running back here. First Appeal really got screwed and was just couldn't get through and would have won that race if he had a chance. So, they bumped his buyer down to a 73, but, if I get him anywhere near to 4 to 1, I'm going to be playing some exotics and have him, definitely some bets on him as well. And I'll also talk about my daily double pick of the day here. So, looking back the previous race, race 7, optional claiming 80,000. Typically don't bet very many favorites here, but I like this call provision at 2 to 1, especially if we can get him at that price. He's run 7 races on this distance, really specializes on it. 6 for 6, finishing in first or second. I think the pace sets up for him. He's going to be on the inside. I rat on him. So I'm going for a $5 daily double. Call provision in race 7. That's the 1 horse with the 1, 2 in the next race, in race 8, which is La Naturelle and First Appeal.
All right, got to live up to that nickname, Daily Double Dan. We'll see how it goes. Let's move to Bobby, race 10.
Thanks. So I have a selection in race 10, the Diana, today at Saratoga. My pick's going to be the 5, Ultra Brat, 8 to 1 on the morning line in the Diana. What I really like about this horse is she's really a new horse since moving into this year when she started down at Gulfstream. Won a grade 3 with a 96 buyer, then missed by a length in another grade 3 at Gulfstream. Not quite sure what happened in the Jenny Wiley. Didn't really get the normal stalking position that she's had in her prior races, was just way too far back and really didn't make much of a move there. You know, at an 8-to-1 price, I'm willing to sort of throw that effort out. Then at Pimlico in the Galleret, really ran a monster race. 100 buyer, new career top, won the race by 10 lengths. That sort of effort, along with her races at Gulfstream, really put her right in the mix with the rest of these horses, yet you're going to be getting a much higher price than you would on, for example, some of these Chad Brown horses. There's not really a dedicated front runner in this race. I'm looking for Ultra Brat to sit just off someone who goes, maybe New Money Honey, maybe Hawksmoor, sit second or third, get first run on horses like Sister Charlie and Proctor's Ledge, and I'm hoping she has just enough talent to hold them off at the end.
All right, excellent. Always like to have a pick in the stakes race. And we did have 2 other selections today that were both scratched out. So we got those scratches just a few minutes ago. So we altered a few things, especially the in the Sanford. We had a horse, but we Dreamer Wild it was, correct? Dreammaker. We got scratched. So so we're gonna look at the last race. Danny and I both have a pick in the last race, and it's really a race. I love the race. Claiming 50, a mile on the turf. I mean, if you're betting anybody under 8-to-1, you got to be crazy. There's so many opportunities here and some long shots. So I'm gonna pick one at 15-to-1, and then Danny's gonna talk about an 8-to-1. But I'm gonna talk about Marengo Road, the one horse. Luis Saez, Michael Trombetta. Horse has been running very well in the grass all around the East Coast. Monmouth, Delaware, Laurel, running buyers in the 90 to 92 range. Horse likes to win, 5-19 lifetime. Horse hasn't run since November. Comes back off a 6-month layoff and runs in a 6-furlong race. But clearly that horse has never even have a 6-furlong race on his form. Clearly was just in there to get a run over the track and get a paid workout. No problem at all with that race. He comes back with 3 excellent works at Fairhill, and now they bring him up here to run in this claiming 50. So I'm looking for him to sit off the pace. There's some good speed outside of him, and if he can get a rail trip, all he needs to do is find some room, and he can make it happen. So we're going to take a shot at him at 15-to-1, and we're going to let Danny talk about his horse.
All right, so I'm actually looking at the 2 Thatcher Street at 8-to-1. So I'm looking for a horse that's going to be on the front end here and hopefully set the pace. So it's going to be a battle between the 2 and the 3 here to get to the lead, so I'm hoping Thatcher Street can do it. On this distance in his lifetime, he's 5 for 5 finishing in the money. His last 12 races, I know he's 0 for 12, hasn't won a race, but very competitive in all of them, basically within 3 lengths almost every single race, finishing fairly high in the races as well. So he's definitely going to be very competitive in this race. Another thing I noticed was super fast. You know, he could be out on the lead pushing this pace, which wouldn't be good for me, but you know, last time out he had Joe Bravo on him, who rated him, sat off in 6th and closed, and Joe Bravo's running him again. So I'm riding him again. So I'm hoping that he runs a similar race, and hopefully Thatcher Street can get out there on the lead and slow things down a bit.
All right, excellent. So if we picked 4 of the races in the late pick 5, so certainly if a couple of our horses come in, we're going to be playing a nice pick 5 as a team, and we're going to take a shot. Didn't have any winners yesterday. ROI 0. We're looking to improve on that today. So good luck today, and here's hoping today is your day.